great day to be a Coyote. Welcome, Coyote Nation, to another episode of Back to Pack Podcast, where we are going to be bringing you all of your favorite games, memories, and of course, discussion with our fellow Coyotes. As a disclaimer, we have no affiliation to the University of South Dakota. This is a podcast ran by fans for fans. The ideas and comments do not represent the university. Our opinions are our own. Be sure to find us on Twitter at BackToPackSD. With that being said, let's jump in. Okay, you guys made it very difficult to read the intro because I saw Mitch stand up instantly. You just hear
I
Grant.
didn't do anything. I was just
liar.
enjoying the ride.
I heard
Dude, this might be the best shirt I've ever bought for USD gear.
I don't know.
It's a great one.
I
feel like
Aiden has thrown 9 touchdowns since I bought this shirt in 2 games.
I was just gonna say that it's no coincidence that Aiden has been white hot again since you bought that shirt. Obviously,
that's
the only reason.
100%.
I feel like 9 touchdowns in 2 games. Does that seem like a lot?
Is that good?
That seems good.
Okay. Good. At least we're on the same page here.
All right. Let's welcome in Coyote Nation, man. We got a big crowd already. The comment section's filling up. We got Yote Fan. Let's go Yote Fan first. He's back in the saddle.
Yes, there we go.
Oh, Carter doesn't want to be put timeout this episode.
All I'll say is don't get Kate riled up and you'll be fine.
Right. Hey, how about Ray? Guys, Ray stood up almost the entire game on Saturday.
Good.
Oh,
he followed the rules.
He's following the rules. Way to go, Ray.
Why should we applaud people for doing exactly what we ask them to do?
Jake holds a high standard around here.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm actually working on Schemmel to remove the actual seat parts. We'll have just like a handicap section for some folks that require it, but outside of that, no more seats.
It's perfect.
There we go.
I love that.
I'm like a Legion airline. We're going to remove the seats. You just hang on like a bus.
How about Matt? Matt Kogel. Heard he had an eventful weekend. Hopefully everything's all right.
Yep. Hope you made it home just fine. And to all the Coyotes too, in general. I mean, I think we definitely flirted with the 3,000, 3,300 at the game, and I'm hoping everybody made it home just fine.
Absolutely. How about Sarah? It's a good day to be a Coyote, guys. She was rocking an awesome mustache on Saturday.
She was the thickest of them all.
Oh, 100%. I
mean, best looking mustache, no doubt.
Like Burt Reynolds was jealous.
Making Mario blush with that mustache.
I love that. You had Allie's in here representing as always. She had a awesome weekend too, by the way.
Yeah. She was the one rocking the false start counter, if I remember correctly.
Yes, we're going to see that in here, by the way.
Absolutely.
Give her a shout out for that. And Yote Fan, guys, the stashes are contributing to the Yotes winning also. Absolutely.
Oh,
I think it is.
For sure.
Very powerful.
And just because we're not in the dome this weekend doesn't mean you can't rock a stash anyways.
That's right.
Set up.
It's a playoff stash, not a dome stash.
Yeah, mustache rides to the championship.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. How about Brian, guys? Brian is our number 1 Twitter fan here. Awesome work that he puts out on Twitter. But yeah, let's go, It's always also good evening, gentlemen. Absolutely. Appreciate you joining us.
Thanks for stopping in. We got to get to this comment right here on the one that just popped in. Yeah, this is definitely a no-go. They are no longer allowed in. I've gone back and rewatched the game a few times, and these announcers were tearing them apart. I mean, I will say that's the only thing they got right in that broadcast, but
hey, well earned for the. I mean, who doesn't want to see a game with 22 penalties in it? What a great way to watch football. God.
And the worst part is how many did they miss too?
Oh,
that's the even scarier part.
Countless. Dude, speaking of that, with 22 penalties, the game finished still right around 3 hours, which is unbelievable. With that amount of penalties and that much scoring, and to still have it finish right around 3 hours, ridiculous.
Absolutely crazy. So yeah, no, it was a great game, at least for the folks that made it. And here's the thing that I will say, I am not upset for the fans that did not travel. Normally I give people a hard time for not showing up for games, but everybody gets an exception for this one. That was a brutal Saturday to travel in. Actually, the Conover family extended their stay in Vermilion, even the Red Roof Inn.
Shout out, no free shout outs.
No free shout outs. Hey, you know what? It did its job. It had 2 queen size beds set up for us. It was clean. The only thing that the girls complained about was the TV went out right at bedtime. So
Funny how that works.
funny how that works.
Dang it.
And no TV after 7:30 apparently. So guess we had to play cards or something.
There you go. Hey, boys, Jake, guys, took our business 38-17. We're going to get into that. But before we do, we got to take a quick peek here at Alex's Lemonade Stand update. We had another 1,000 come in, a match from Northwestern over the weekend. Yep. So we are at $33,334 and leading the way once again.
I will say this too. This 1,000 that came in, that was just from raising $5,000. So I am still working with them, and they are still working with their foundation to make sure this donation gets in. But we are still waiting for our auction match. So there's a hidden 1,000 in there. But oh wait, we're starting another challenge as well to try and get another 1,000 added in there. So
go ahead, Jake. I didn't clip that and put it in here, but go ahead.
No, you're good. Know. For the folks living under a rock or don't follow us that closely on social media, which that's heartbreaking a little bit, but I did do a little research, and it is exactly 1,198 miles from the Dakota Dome to the 5-star stadium in Macon, Georgia. And I have challenged all of Coyote Nation to raise $1,198 before we kick off on Saturday. And I wanted to have some fun with it. Let's get creative. This is just a straight up, let's see who can donate and get involved in this. And so I want to see you get creative with your donations. Mitch, I know you did, was it $11.98?
That's right. I did $11.98 for this one, Jake. And if 100 people do that, we will get there.
Absolutely. So I did go a little up and beyond. I went with Aiden's passing yards for the season so far at 24.05. And then I did see the Abrams hopped in as well. And they went with $49 for Wade Abrams, of course. So shout out to them on that.
Love that. Hey, how about Ray's in for $11.98? Appreciate that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's find so 98 more coyotes to go. It's like 99 bottles of beer on the wall, huh? But right. I did see also Jordan got in there. She got creative with her. She added her 2 favorite players together. She did LJ and Lorenzo Fenner. So she donated
like that.
$25.
Like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, get creative with this. It's definitely just a fun challenge. Let's see if we can climb up there. I'd say we're pretty close to pace so far. I'm going to keep pushing it all week, and hopefully we can hit that 11.98 before we kick off.
Hey,
the only thing is, if
every dollar
your favorite
counts,
player,
Carter. Every dollar counts. Let's go.
The only problem is if Nate Ewell is your favorite player, you might want to combine that with another player.
Yeah, like let's do. If Nate Ewell is your favorite player, also combine it with Marcus Simmons.
There you go. Just do how many tackles he had this weekend. That'd be good.
There you go. There you
go. Yeah,
perfect. See,
and for the folks that don't know the roster inside and out like me, Marcus Simmons is 99. So,
and Ewell is 0.
All right, boys. A couple of housekeeping items too, real quick. Awards came out today for the Missouri Valley Football Conference. We had a bunch of guys on here. And so starting off, first team all conference, you got defensive back Mikey Munn and running back LJ Phillips Jr. No surprise there.
Are you trying to get me pissed?
Yeah, a little bit.
You're just going to bring this one up right away to start. Like, the guy leading the Missouri Valley Conference in receiving touchdowns isn't on here. What are we even doing?
That's where my mind immediately. Okay, let me back up. Congrats to LJ and Mikey Munn.
Yes,
first, right? Well deserved.
Well deserved. Absolutely.
Well deserved, right? Like, we won't start griping yet, but that was the one that certainly jumped off the page, as you kind of thought Fenner would be in there. So that was a little bit shocking, but these 2 guys those are 2 layups in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mikey, guys, has improved every week. I mean, he just keeps getting better and better.
Absolutely.
But and then second team here as we go through, we got defensive line, got Caden Crawford, defensive back or safety there, DeJuan Seatbelt Lewis. There's Fenner, guys, second team. And then offensive line, Elmarian Krim, and then LJ Phillips Jr. makes it again, but that is for all-purpose yards.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it definitely, the ones that deserved recognition definitely got it, which I will take on there. It is a positive. but I am frustrated in the number. I feel like there's still more deserving on this list that should be on this list with them.
I'm with you though. I think the biggest snub is Fenner, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then going to honorable mention here, guys, this makes me laugh. Offensive line, Adrian Hawkins, Big Hawk, and of course QB1, Aiden Bauman, and then linebacker Nate Ewell.
Which I'll say it too. I have no gripe about Aiden being on the honorable mention part. It was a fantastic year for quarterbacks just as a whole in the Missouri Valley. I can name three that would be very interesting to put up it on the list, and that's Cole, Illinois State's Rittenhouse, and then Bo Bungard, and then even DJ Williams. Like there were some fantastic athletes at quarterback this season, and I'm not saying Aiden didn't do a great job. He definitely deserves to be in the conversation with them. But it's definitely I don't blame them for how they picked on quarterbacks.
No, I agree. And it's stats based, right? And we know Aiden hasn't put up the best stats this year, not eye popping numbers, but just efficient. And I think he's playing his best ball at this time of year, which is the most important time to be playing your best ball. So I mentioned it at the top, 9 touchdowns in the last 2 games. So that's where my head's at. But let's take a quick peek at the playoff bracket too, guys, just focusing on our quadrant real quick. So you can see where we're at. Obviously, we advance playing against Mercer on Saturday at noon in Macon, Georgia. But go ahead and take a look at the other matchups too here real quick and just give me high-level thoughts.
High level, I don't know what happened to the Penguins.
That's
a collapse for the ages on that one.
When you're up, what was it, 35-7, halfway through the third quarter, and you lose 43-42. What?
It was 42-14 with like 3.5 left in the third quarter.
Yeah.
That is insane.
I mean, we had a gripe about a Missouri Valley team getting in that we didn't think deserved it. Apparently, we got that one wrong.
Picked the wrong team, dang it.
Yeah. So that one was absolutely embarrassing on that part. Other than that, I'd say it went completely chalk. And really no surprises. I was impressed with South Dakota State's win, but getting Chase Mason back and having the elements to their advantage, they definitely took advantage of the whole opportunity there.
Yeah. So real quick, Montana State's going to roll Yale, of course, but how about the Battle of Texas? You got SFA versus Abilene Christian.
Yeah, that'll be a fun game to watch.
That should be a good game, and then obviously our game. But how about this one, guys? This is the one that I'm focusing on, the Montana SDSU game. Who do you think's going to win, or who do you want to win? Because I know where I'm at.
It's tricky because I know exactly what you're thinking on, and I'd love for a rematch and to get another game in the Dome. But I also don't want them catching steam either.
Wrong.
Grant, you're the tiebreaker.
You know how I feel about this. Wrong. Any opportunity to play in the Dome again, take it. Go Bunnies, go Yotes. Let's get to the Dome. Let's go.
As much as it pains me to say that, Grant, I agree because I would love another home playoff game. And I know people will say, oh, it's hard to beat the same team twice. But I would love to see a sold-out Dome with a very, very pro Coyote Red crowd. And I like where we're at if we get that opportunity.
I'll say this. I mean, you get 3 people here that have season tickets. So obviously we get first dibs. They don't just draw the line at our tickets when we re-up for the playoff game. So if you need 10, 30, 40 tickets for that game, you just hit us up. We'll get it added in there.
Yeah, that's, as I say, I've said it before on here, but I like our chances against any team in America in the Dakota Dome. That's just the reality of it. So
100%.
I will. I think, and to be honest, I do actually, as far as prediction go, I think State's going to pull it out. I really do. I think I think they're going to pull it out. We'll save my prediction for the Mercer game, but I'm sure people can probably figure out where I'm going to lean. But I'm excited for that. Obviously, our side of the bracket, and then I think too on the other side, Montana State. I don't see anybody challenging them, to be honest, on that other side. I don't.
Well, I mean, if you want
to wins SFA or Alpine Christian, maybe Yale stays red hot. I have no idea, but
Yeah, and so just thinking ahead with Tyler's comment here, he's talking about Montana or the Dome. We're gonna have to go to Montana, guys, potentially twice.
Yep.
We get past Mercer, and you're looking at that. I would rather not go to Montana twice. So let's have the bunnies take care of one of those trips for us. We'll stay home, and then we'll go on to Bozeman to have a rematch with Montana State.
Here you go. We'll have 4 games in the Dome, and the second one wouldn't be.
I'm all right with that.
That'd be a wild story. Like a little ESPN 30 for 30 on that kind of run. No,
I will say too. I think the boys, especially some of the returners from last year, would really like an opportunity to go back out to Bozeman if it came to that. So there's just something about that. An enormous challenge, obviously. But anyways, we got a lot of ball to play before we get there.
Yep. Absolutely. I want to hit this comment too from Nacedo, just about Aiden being on a run first team. Yeah, absolutely. It's hard for him to put up eye-popping numbers when he's on a run first team. I totally agree. But guys, we've seen it the last 2 weeks. If they're going to stack the box, they're going to try to shut down the run. Aiden's just going to throw it over their head. So more to come. More to come on that.
And yeah, we'll get in. Yeah, let's just keep moving forward. I got stuff to say.
All right. Shout out. You mentioned it, Jake, real quick. Shout out Coyote Nation for those that made it in the snow. We had, I don't know. I thought looking at these other schools, guys, I thought we did all right. We held our own against all odds with the Drake rematch that nobody really wanted. And then Thanksgiving weekend also didn't help. So all those things combined, I think Coyote Nation did all right showing out on Saturday.
And yeah, I mean, it looked great. Let's get to that next, I'm guessing the next one. There it is. So I knew this was coming, so I wanted to wait. But I will say this. We forced 3 false starts and countless other pre-snap penalties.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing that we don't look into is the formation not getting them set. That can be a factor of the crowd getting into their head and not establishing themselves correctly. But not only did we force 3, we forced 2 back-to-back.
Yep.
And so look at this picture. The Dome was empty. I'm not going to beat around the bush on that one. But I will say this. Look at how full that is. And that's on my side, if I remember correctly. So
that is.
Yeah, yep. With it was loud in the Dome for 3,000 strong.
Allie, I love this idea. I love that you went with this sign because we just talked about this on the show and needing this on the big screen there in the Dome. And so I love it. But I'll click the next slide for you. How about this one? Shout out Grant. Grant, you called it. You asked for it. You got it.
Yes.
Yeah, that I was really glad to see the unis. I thought they looked awesome. I was hoping they would look awesome. I had a feeling they would, and yeah, I thought it looked great. And I think a lot of positive feedback for the most part.
Wow, he's being so modest compared to the group chat.
I mean, we just won just a national account said that we had one of the top uniforms in the entire country. It's not a big deal.
In FCS.
In FCS, yeah, the whole country, FCS.
Of FCS, yes.
So I'm still waiting for my offer sheet. I'm guessing it's coming soon. Head uniform coordinator for the University of South Dakota is probably going to be happening soon, I'm sure. So we'll see.
Yeah, this is the important stuff. This is what everybody comes for, the fashion talk.
Then I'll say this.
That's exactly
when
right.
you get that position, please let me know because I have a fantastic idea. Let's keep this uniform the same, but let's get some red pants with black stripes.
I can see that. That'd be all right.
Oh yeah.
I'm just glad we went back to the black face mask, guys. We hadn't seen that for a long time, so that was a nice touch.
And now we went back to back and we made it unugly.
Yeah, we fixed it. We righted the wrong.
That's right.
All right. Congratulations, Grant. Guys, one final shout out. The officiating crew. It already came up in the chat, but we got to give a shout out. These 8 folks, guys, remember they add officials for playoff games, and man, did they love to throw that yellow flag.
All the way across the field. I think they were having a distance contest.
Addition by subtraction here. Holy cow.
The worst, guys. We've been to a lot of games. We've watched a lot of games on TV. We've been a lot in person. This is the worst crew I have ever witnessed.
It was pathetic. And the fact that they missed so many calls, but then didn't. Yeah, it It was
It
tough.
wasn't even. It wasn't even
to me-
egregious. Like it wasn't slanted, right? Like I'm not complaining as a Coyote fan
No.
saying, "Hey, we were hosed." It was literally both ways, which
Yes.
made it even more frustrating.
Absolutely. I mean, just one that, and John Thayer tweeted it. The one with offensive pass interference by Fenner. The ball was out of Aiden's hands before he made contact, and it wasn't even a rub route. That was the guy lined up across from him. Hey, yeah, there you go. Perfect timing for that one.
Ray agrees. That's the one you're talking about. It was in the end zone or right on the goal line. Grant, the one in front of you, the no call on the pass interference, what should have been pass interference on Drake was one of the worst non-calls I have ever seen.
Are you talking about the one
Well,
where
it
they
depends
ran
on which
through
one
Jack?
you're saying.
It was right in front of Grant, kind of on that sideline.
Yeah,
Trying to remember
the
now.
one on Jack, it may be the worst no call I've ever seen because
Yeah, I think it was Jack.
The DB gave up on the play and just literally wrapped him up, right? Like he got beat. The entire Drake sideline knew a flag was coming out, and then nothing happened. It was like there was like a moment of silence. Everyone was waiting and waiting, and waiting. It just never came. It was crazy. It was downright embarrassing, to be honest. Like
Yes.
I don't know. I don't even know what to say about it. It was crazy. I didn't know if you meant that one or the one for Fenner, who basically had a fair catch and drug down by his arm, and they didn't call that one either. But
that was one of his touchdowns. Is that one you're thinking of, or is that a different one?
No, this is a no call in the middle of the field. It would have been for about a 40-yard gain.
Okay. I mean, there were so many. I lose track.
Hard
honestly.
to keep track. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and here's the problem. You know, the amount of holds that happen. I saw Caden Crawford. Well, heck, LaPerry has a sack as he's being held. He has a one-arm sack because the O lineman is holding his other arm, and he tackled both of them. He just said, "Screw it, I got this."
I think that was my favorite play all day. Actually, that one happened right in front of us as well.
That was an awesome play.
That was a man's play. That was so great.
And you know what happens when the reffing gets bad? Brawls break out, and that is exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7 for Drake took an absolute dirty shot, and yes, it was actually fairly close to when Aiden let go of the ball, but it was still within the roughing the passer time.
Sure.
And they're like, well, he didn't have time to pull up. He actually tackled pretty well. His head was up. He saw what he was tackling. He was looking straight ahead. And then he drove Aiden into his collarbone, into the turf. It was a dirty, dirty play. And I'm going to say it, and I don't care if I get fined on this one or not, but shout out to Jack Martins, and then shout out to the entire O-line for coming to Aiden's side right then and there. Jack lit up a dude. He also surprise attacked him because he came from under the student section because that's kind of where the play was heading.
Mm-hmm.
But they were on it, and it was not the fact that not a punch was thrown was impressive.
Yes,
that's
where I was going to go with it, because that could have been really ugly. And knowing that we had obviously a game the following week and they didn't, that could have been very bad for us. And so for the guys to keep their head and not do anything dumb there, kudos, because that could have been very, very bad for a lot of guys on our team.
The one piece I want to talk about too on the Drake side that I did notice after rewatching it, I did not catch his number. So I don't know who to actually give the kudos to, but there was a Drake player that actually stood between Aiden and the Drake players and kind of boxed them out to help Aiden up and make sure he didn't get stepped on or anything like that.
Interesting.
So they're not all bad apples. That's what you can talk about. But I did see somebody stand up and try to help. And that does mean a lot to see that as well.
Ray had a question here. Did we get called for clapping? I believe that was what the delay of game was, right, on the defense?
Yeah. Yep. They called the delay game on the defense for basically
crazy.
Yeah. And how many people in the crowd got yelled at for imitating the...
I heard that as well, that fans were getting talked to by referees, which I've never heard in my life.
Never heard of that.
Never heard of anybody on the clapping or the fake hutting. Like that goes on in anyway. I don't know where they found this crew, but God help us if we ever see him again.
they're playing a different style of ball definitely in the Patriot League if that's what they're used to, because that is wild. And defensive hands to the face multiple times. I mean, there was just so many things in this game, guys. We could talk for an hour.
The hands to the face were correct calls.
Still stupid.
Still stupid, but
all right. Let's go to the actual game here, boys. What stood out? What do the Oats need to improve? And players of the game.
Huh. Well, I mean, obviously the reffing stood out, that's for sure. But outside of that, Fenner stood out.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He had a day and a half.
I did have a little fun with the numbers on Sunday after I was done rewatching it. At this moment in time, at this part of the season where we have now played 13 games, he averages a touchdown every 2.78 catches.
He's approaching that Randy Moss.
And he's our leading receiver in receptions.
Sounds like a first-team Missouri Valley guy to me, but what do I know?
Huh? What? But I mean, he just. The more I watch him, I've been told this, and now the way I look at it, I see it. He plays so much like Randy Moss. It's not even funny. He uses his size well. He's shifty. He's fluid with his routes, but he knows how to control his body and the defender's body really well, where pretty much every 50-50 ball is about an 80-20.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to say that. Just throw it up. Throw the jump ball up. He's going to go get it. I don't think, guys, there's a corner in the FCS. I'll go that far to say in the FCS that can cover him one-on-one, because he's just going to out-jump him.
And they might get a lucky play here and there. Everybody can have, those plays, but there's nobody that's going to stick with him all game. He is going to break loose, and he is going to pop off. And now with Aiden truly settling in, it seems like the O-line is settling in too on the pass protection. Mm-hmm. I mean, the sky's the limit for the passing game. And we all know what this team can do and the talent that we have.
Yeah, the passing game, to your point, has been white hot over the last 2 weeks, which again, it's like, it seems like everything is falling into place for this team. We're hitting our stride at the exact right time. Felt like maybe 3-4 weeks ago, we were still on the fence about, okay, is this passing game really consistent, really coming together? And now all of a sudden we're in a position where it's like, we feel really good about that part of the game. And if you're an opponent now, you've got a real problem prepping for USD. That's kind of the bottom line, right? I think a little bit we were maybe one-dimensional early, especially early on. We were extremely one-dimensional, right? So they're to a point where it's a real problem. And the thing with Fenner about that too is that this is not something that's just happened in the last 2 games for Fenner. It's actually even scarier because every team knows that he's going to do what he's going to do, and he still just keeps doing it. This is, you know what I mean? It's not a surprise anymore, and no one has figured out a way to stop it, and I don't foresee anybody figuring out a way to stop it at this point.
Yeah. He's just going off, and I think this kind of goes back to, a lot of people gave me a hard time for being as optimistic as I have been, especially back when we did have our rough start, sitting there definitely on the borderline of playoffs, and I was just like, you just got to have that moment where it pops. We know what we have at quarterback. We've seen it for the last 3 years. We knew something was there. And once things start to gel, we knew there was an opportunity. And I think we're at that spot.
Yep, I agree. And looking at our predictions, guys, we were all pretty close. I think we had we've seen enough games now. We know this team. I think we're pretty dialed in on score predictions week to week. But I want to mention this. It was 17-10 at halftime, guys. And they had, on their scores in the first half, they did not kick it deep. They did the pooch kick to like the 25, 30-yard line, kind of along the sideline, make somebody else catch that ball that's not the return man. And to start the second half, they kicked it deep to you-know-who, Braden White. And what does he do? He runs it back, 60, 65 yards. And that's really, to me, where the tide shifted, because we went on a scoring rally there and put up 2 touchdowns pretty quickly. And so I think that, to me, guys, that was a mistake on their part. Like, why did you do that all first half? and then you choose to kick it deep, start second half. I thought that was a mistake, but for us, it sparked something, and so I want to call that out too. But yeah, obviously Fenner, he had a heck of a day.
You know what? I'll just go back and say it too. If we didn't have that one negative play that set us up to have to kick a field goal, and for some reason Drake calling a timeout with 5 seconds left to score a garbage touchdown,
Very
I hit mine
strange.
right on the head.
Yeah, exactly. It's like looking at kind of total yards, 418 to 330. Turnovers, guys, there it shows 0, but they did go for it 3 times on 4th down, and so we made 2 stops. One of those also was that fake field goal.
Yeah, shout out to Mo.
Big Mo shut it down about a half a yard shy of the sticks there. That was a very well executed fake. I don't know if you guys paid attention to all the window dressing on that, but there was a lot of shifting going on where they shifted everybody out left and they brought a guy in motion back right and hiked to the running back who throws it to a guy in the middle. And so just a lot of eye candy there. That was a tough one to stop, but Big Mo ran it down. That was probably at that point in the game was probably a crucial play because that I think if they score a touchdown on that drive coming in, I think it was a 1-score game at that point if that happens. So I thought that was a big stop too.
Yeah, Mo going full Air Jordan on that stretch too. I mean, that was and he got him a yard short of the sticks too. That was crazy.
And it's actually funny too because we did not line up in a field goal block. We were actually
we had a full defense out there.
You had the full defense out there. I think it was the shift just threw us off so badly that just got guys. I mean, it did exactly what you wanted to do. You wanted guys spread out, but me and my whole crew said the same thing. I go, there's a 0% chance they're kicking this, right? Like you have nothing to lose. You're Drake. Why would you kick this, right? So, but it was funny too. I want to go back to what Mitch said about the kick return too, because after we scored the touchdown off the kick return on the short field, it just felt like 14 might as well have been 70. The pace of the way the game was flowing and the pace of that game and the way that we were kind of doing the ball control. They actually did a really nice job in the first half of controlling the ball, moving the ball. Like we said, kind of scoring, but
a ton of short passes too, Grant. This kid on the screen here, you can see it. Voth, we didn't even talk about him, but he had 10 catches for 86 yards, so a bunch of 5 to 10 yarders there underneath, and they just kind of took they took what we gave them, which was the little stuff underneath.
Yeah, they came in with the perfect offensive plan, and I mean it definitely opens up some concerns for future games here because they definitely tried to get outside the lines when they were running the ball, and that caused some problems. And it seemed like they were getting chunk plays, 4 or 5 yards, and then they were smart enough to not go for a home run ball right after that, and instead try to go for the next 4 or 5 yards. And now you're sitting in 3rd and 1 or 2, and that's an easy, grab the ball, hit the line, and fall forward kind of play. They did it well, and then I don't know what was said at halftime because that all was shut down very quickly.
Yes. Yep. We woke up a little bit. We turned it on in the second half and ran away with it. But I agree, Jake, to your point, they ran a lot of that outside zone run, attack the edge, where you're making corners have to come up and make the first contact, make the tackle, like Mikey and RJ there. But speaking of that, they didn't take any deep shots either. They remembered Mikey had 2 picks. In back-to-back series. The first time we played them, nothing deep. Like I said, it was all underneath 5 to 10 yard passes. So I thought that was interesting. And then Nate Ewell, guys, again, had a very quiet, nice, solid game. 10 tackles. I think he was all over the field if you kind of watch the backers there. But and then Caden Crawford, 2 sacks, 2 on defense.
Yeah, I mean, the first half, the D-line was actually making me pretty nervous. They weren't able to get a lot of pressure. They weren't able to create some commotion in the backfield. And that's really, I'll say that's what changed the second half. We ended up, I don't think we had a sack in the first half. And then I'm pretty sure we ended with at least 3.5, if not 4, in that second half there. That was big, and just it made Inagawa very uncomfortable very quickly. And once the pocket collapsed around him, he couldn't figure anything out.
Yep. Yeah, I think almost 200 yard penalties too, by the way. Bring that up one final time.
Right. Mitch, I do want to comment on you talking about they took no deep shots either, right? So, and we were kind of talking about in game around that too, where again, not to dog on Drake, but really it's like they really don't have
See what
any
you did
athletes
there.
that I didn't mean to do that, but yes, that was great. Not to bulldog on them, but they really just I don't know that they really have explosive players, right? Like they haven't played that way all year. Um, so that's also too why I felt like it's like, man, we got a 14. It's like there's no quick strike in this Drake team that was going to be able to take the top off or do anything like that. So I have a feeling, that was part of the game plan for us too, right? To say, hey, let's keep this all in
Yes.
front of us, right? Like we
Mhm.
know they're not going to score it, but we know, we've got better athletes. We can really score it. And man, oh man, we did that in third quarter and second half for sure.
I mean,
Yep,
we looked
exactly.
at it, Jake. They were scoring 17 points a game and winning, in the
Yeah,
Pioneer League. And
exactly.
so I think that we did have a really good defensive game plan for this one. Grant, to your point there, they did get 26 first downs, so it's not like they weren't moving the ball. And I know
Right.
some of those are penalties too, but yeah, just it is what it is. And then to Matt's comment here about the calling the timeout in 14 seconds left, getting that garbage touchdown on the backups. Yeah, yet again, it happened. So the score looks a little bit worse than it was, but I digress.
Yeah. And I mean, I'll shout out to Coyote Nation. They let Coach Woodley know it too.
Yes.
That they were not a fan of it. And it was just such an unsportsman approach to it. Like, what are we doing? And they had their starters in too for it. Like, I get it if you have your backup quarterback and your backup running backs, which I mean they run four anyways, but if you're running your starters with 14 seconds left in 38-10 game, you're doing something wrong.
Well, what was the spread, guys? What did it end up at? 20?
21.
21?
So I saw 20 and a half. So
I'm,
depending
I'm
on where
starting
you
to
got
I'm
it,
starting
it
to
was a
think the
little
fix was
sweaty.
in, guys. I'm starting to
Yeah.
think the refs were in on this one.
I jokingly
No.
said that at the end of the game, and I said if Drake really wants to back up their fans, they go for two here and try to cover. But you think the Boo Birds came out of the touchdown, boy, a 2-point conversion.
Right.
Yep, exactly.
All right. Yeah, Ray's giving us some props here. You guys are no slouches. Don't kid yourselves. You're tremendous slouches. Absolutely.
And actually, I want to touch on this comment too by Matt. LJ with a pedestrian 132 and one touchdown. And to go with it on only 14 carries. So he averaged 9.2 yards a carry, if my math is correct on that. And I actually ran into him after the game. Girls wanted to take a picture with him and just say, hey, great game. Dude was beating himself up. I was like, what's up? He's like, I just didn't play well. And I'm like, what? It's like, I just didn't play well. I was like,
I'm not
hey,
gonna lie. It felt a little slow to start the game. Like we came out and didn't really have any big runs or anything. I texted you guys. It was like the O line didn't look like we were quite firing off like we were accustomed to seeing. I don't know if it was because coming off the bye or Thanksgiving, too many carbs at Thanksgiving or what. But we looked a little sluggish in that first quarter. But we got it going, and he ripped one. Was that in the second half? We had the 50-some yard down the
yeah,
sideline
that
there.
was right after the failed fake field goal.
Yeah.
Literally the next play. That's
Mhm.
it, you're at the 90 or at the 3 yard line, and he goes for 52 on it.
Yeah.
Now, after
Yep.
rewatching the game, I can understand. I'm not gonna say he's correct, but I can understand why LJ was upset with himself. I saw a lot of opportunities where he could have ran through a tackle, and it seemed like he mistimed. Do I lower my shoulder now? It almost like he was overthinking when he was ready to lay the boom. And that led to him getting tackled by one person quite a lot, which we all know does not happen too often. So I think that's where his mindset was at. Like he should have won some of those battles, but he really didn't have. I wouldn't say aside from the one where he murdered 27. I don't know if he won the one-on-one battles.
Yeah, and I would say too, I'm just we talked about this in the pregame, but great to see him not have to carry a big, a big load on Saturday too, right? 14 carries. I think that was perfect. I think we actually said that. We go 10 to 15. That'd be great. Let's keep it there. So I think the guys should be fresh for Saturday, no doubt.
Yeah, I think everybody's definitely getting over those season ailments that you want to call it, kind of thing. They're feeling better, so I think we're just going to get healthier as we continue to go on.
And one other shout out, guys, picture on the screen, kind of in the middle there, middle left, Tanel Bryant, guys.
Yes.
He had a really nice catch, a deep shot taken to him. They finally connected on that. Guys, we've been trying this season. He got it done, and he stumbles and slips, and he's about 6 inches shy of the goal line when he hits down. So I still say he was in. They didn't even review it, guys, but LJ punches it in the next play.
It was tricky just because they went based off of once his arm started to bend, and that's where they spotted it. I don't know if his full forearm actually touched, which it's not so. It's once you really get into the forearm is where they call him down.
Yep.
I don't think, and the problem is, that's the tough part about being FBS. We don't have those pylon cameras or anything like that to really help you out on these angles. I did really enjoy the view from above the scoreboard. That camera was nice. I'm hoping we can keep that as a permanent addition. But I do think he was in. He definitely deserves it. But man, oh man, if our play action is there with Tanel and Lorenzo,
bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's been the most encouraging thing, is to see this passing game really get going and look like last year's passing game. And obviously he was spreading the ball around to a bunch of different receivers. I mean, he had Tyson with a catch, Jack Martins with a touchdown too, guys. So he's spreading it around pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's go to players of the game, sponsored by Amazing Adventures by Allie. It is time to book that vacation, so get a hold of her, Coyote Nation. Let's get something going for this winter, or maybe even next year.
Say, if this weekend didn't make you want to book a vacation to the beach, I don't know what's going to make you. I mean,
exactly.
That's all you need.
It's only going to get colder, guys. Unfortunately, I got bad news.
Right.
Yep.
That's why.
You know what?
Or hey, if you need help getting something booked in Macon, right?
Yeah,
Still
that's true too.
Get something booked. Let's go south for a weekend. Yes.
Get us in, and we'll do the rest.
Yep.
All right, no brainer this week again, guys. Ironically enough, the same two guys we had for the SIU game. So QB1, another legacy game. He puts up big numbers, 4 touchdowns, 261 yards. He's absolutely on fire. Absolutely on fire right now, and Grant's favorite meme.
Yep. I think one of my favorite things to watch, just when he's got his swagger going, it's really cool to watch him work through the pocket. On that Tanel play action, the way he climbs the pocket and delivers an absolute dot from a mile away, when you see him climb the pocket the way he does in that play, you're like, oh yeah, this is 6 or a long ball for sure, and it's going to work out. But he's got a swagger. He's rolling, and the team's following along. And I will say too, I think everybody was obviously bought in, but the brawl definitely creates some more camaraderie.
I think for me, guys, the biggest thing I notice, and this has helped Aiden's game a lot, is how clean the pocket's been. I would say this game specifically, I mean, the pocket was clean on every single drop back. And some of those were big drop backs, right? Long, because we were taking deep shots. So that takes 3, 4, 5 seconds to develop. And he was staying clean. There was a beautiful arc in that pocket. He's able to step up, Jake, to your point, climb the pocket and deliver that nice, beautiful ball that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Next one. I mean, what more is there to say?
Oh, by the way, zoom in on that picture on the left and tell me that's not pass interference, but okay.
Yeah.
That's the one I thought you were talking about, Grant, because he was mugged on that one and still came down with it in the corner.
Take your pick on the no calls, right?
And the fact, okay, so this middle one where he's wide open going into the end zone, that play was a beautiful design. This is another play action, and he ran just an absolutely legendary route. So he was on the right side of the formation, split out, and he actually diagonaled up towards the safety on his side of the field, stutter stepped and head whipped on the kid, and just put him in just a blender. And I mean, the best wide receiver in Missouri Valley, if not FCS, is wide open by 10, 15 yards. You're having a bad day. Because he does these catches on the other sides of it as well.
What did he have? 5 catches total?
5 catches, yes.
Okay, so you've been asking for 6 in a game. We're close. I know. I think SIU he probably had 6, right?
Yeah, I think so. 6 or
We had a
7.
bunch of overtimes there, so that helped. But 6,
Mm-hmm.
I think Jake, you're right on the money. I mean, 5 or 6 catches. I mean, you're saying he's scoring a touchdown on almost every other catch or every third catch. So you figure you get him the ball 5, 6 times, he's coming home with at least 2 touchdowns.
Absolutely. And then the way he framed it up perfectly for this spot advertisement is just couldn't ask
Yes,
for a better setup.
that's chef's kiss right there. I love
There.
that camera angle. Thank you
My-
to whoever the videographer is for USD on that one. That is perfect.
Speaking of no free shout outs, here we go.
No, USD always gets the free shout outs and all the
Absolutely.
people putting in the game.
No, I mean
day
USD
effort.
giving us a free shout out with this
Yeah, that's
picture.
fair. Fair enough.
Yeah,
Might have to go with the banner.
greatly appreciate that. A Yote fan coming in here saying you would mug him too if you had to cover him all day. Yeah, I would. Honestly, I'd be taking probably a cheap shot or 2, tackling him downfield. Do whatever you got to do.
The only cheap shot you get is at the line of scrimmage, so you better make it count.
Yeah, no kidding.
You get one jam and that's it. It's done.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just 2 perfect players to emulate the players of the game. It was hard not to do the guy delivering the ball, but the guy with 5 catches, 3 touchdowns deserves all the flowers.
All right, Carter's coming in with a hot take here. Prediction: 6 catches, 4 touchdowns Saturday. Man, that would be sweet.
I'll just say, join the show on Thursday. I've started watching Mercer, and there's some pieces there. I have some ideas.
It's a tease, but we will be back to break it all down as we always do.
Absolutely.
Grant, anything else for the fine folks at home before we bounce out?
No, I don't think so. It's I thought it was a great game on Saturday. Boys executed well. Big one on Saturday. Excited. We'll break it down Thursday, of course, but no, that's all I got for tonight. So as always, go Yotes. Wait, Jake, do you have something you want to? Did you want to drop something here, or you just go Yote? And...
Oh well, I was gonna say, before you leave, hit that bell up. I don't have no teases.
Oh man.
I'll say this though, before you guys dip out, for all the fans that are here that haven't, I feel like most of us tagging along, but hit that subscribe button for us. It's greatly appreciated.
Absolutely. Oh, Grant's rants. Here we go. We're definitely going to keep that going. Appreciate you, Brian. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Matt, always appreciate you as well. See you Thursday.
All right. Perfect. Go
Yotes. Go Yotes.
Go Yotes.